All right, how's it going, everybody? I just had a couple of things I need to do. I wanted to go in the gym and pump some iron. I need to tanker up or whatever, get a little caffeine in my system. It's been like kind of a long weekend, and this heat, you have to be very careful because they can get in access to about 120 if you live in or if you come to Las Vegas. Okay, for people that are not accustomed to this type of heat, you really need to be careful. Okay, it does take a lot out of you. Okay, so you need to be making sure that you drink your fluids and get your rest and that type of stuff. Okay, but you need that. You're going to have to hydrate. Okay, with good clean water. All right, and try to avoid drinks with high contents of sugar. So you need to check that sugar content. Okay, in areas where it has extreme heat like this, even in the South. Okay, so and try to tank her up in the morning. So in the meanwhile, I was just peeking out clear clear value tax, and it's a very interesting subject here. His name is Brian, and he talks about things like the housing market, stock market, economics, and I've learned a lot over the last, I'd say, 8 or 9 months about economics. Okay, in a more specific way. Okay, but me as a historian, if I don't know nothing else, I've seen this happen before, and I've experienced it. Okay, so real quick, we're gonna get into this student loan forgiveness program that President Joe Biden had introduced a couple of years ago, and also the payments were deferred back in March 2020 when President Donald Trump was in office at that time. Okay, so what he wants to do. This is okay. Fast and forward to almost 3.5 years later, July 2023. What President Joe Biden wants to do is he wants to extend it and or try to find a program to where they can try to cancel or try to uh, forgive a certain amount of money. I think they call it the Higher Education Act of 1965. Okay, so I didn't really look up on what that act was. All right, all I could think of at the time is it was a way to try to alleviate debt, school loan debt, that is. All right, but see, one of the things is it has to be reviewed back in the Supreme Court again, which I don't think that they're going to take the time to do. Okay, and probably by the time that if they do look at it with all the court cases that they get, it'll probably be close to the election. All right, just so you only know Supreme Court only reviews about 5%. They only take about 5% of the cases. Okay, that are brought forth to the Supreme Court. 5%. That's it. All right, and that's a lot of cases right there with the little 5%. All right, so they're loaded. So here's just what I think that's going to happen. I've already made a video about this matter a few days ago, talking about how much money that basically, far as the deficit is, just based off college debt, something like $1.7 trillion just for college debt. Okay, in this large amount of debt that the U.S. owes. Okay, 32 or something like that, going on probably 35 by the time we get to the next election. So you got that. The average debt is, I think, it's something like $40,000, close to $40,000 of college debt. That's average. Okay, some people could owe more than that. Okay, over $100,000, $150,000 worth of college debt. So I'm gonna give you my opinion. I just don't think that it's going to be something that's going to pass. Okay, I don't think they're going to be hearing this is Supreme Court that is any case like this anytime soon. As if they want to hear it at all. Another case like this, and you, in the end of the day, you're going to have to find a way to pay off that debt. Now, somebody told me the other day that you can't file bankruptcy for a college student loan. Okay, I appreciate that, but you know what I thought? I thought about, I don't know, 10 or 12 years ago that the federal loans were decentralized to like private banks or whatever. Okay, that's what I was told. So I thought that's why I thought that you could file bankruptcy and so forth. But I guess it probably has to do because it's a federal loan too. Okay, I don't know. I haven't dealt with a loan probably like in 16 or so years, 16, 17 years when I had a school loan and my loans are paid off. Okay, but it's you're gonna have to find a way to pay off that loan. Okay, just a few suggestions. Even if you have to pay the loan off and maybe file bankruptcy on everything else or whatever. Okay, or I don't know if you have to work a second job. You may have to change your living, your style, your living, and or your lifestyles or whatever. Okay, because I'm telling you, you do not want to blow that loan off, and you don't want that loan to have to linger because that stuff does affect your credit and so forth when you want money in the future. And if you blow it off, they're going to subpoena to the IRS or whatever. Okay, if you default that loan, they're going to take your tax refund. You don't want the IRS to be involved in that. I'm telling you though. So please, by all means, okay, maybe President Joe Biden may consider maybe I don't know, it's like a consumer credit program they do for credit cards. I don't know, but you still have to pay that loan off. So please, I would urge you to do what you have to do. It may have to take you some time and pay that loan off. Okay, there's nothing to underestimate. So I guess they feel like you had enough time to pay it off or whatever. Okay, or had enough time to deferment, and they're not going to defer it. I don't think any longer. And it's my understanding that September 1st will be when these loans will start coming back up again. So, you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. All right. I've said enough. I don't want to keep saying the same thing over again. Thank you for your time.